Good afternoon, folks. Tim Tunnicliffe here on the Great Rugby Run, day 12 up here in Scotland, and I am in Bannockburn at Bannockburn Rugby Club. There's the clubhouse behind me there, and just over the way is the Bannockburn itself, just winding its way through these beautiful countryside. And I'm here, well, it's like I say, day 12, 20 miles in to the day today, and it's going to be a long one today, 30 miles plus. Been to Falkirk already, heading on to Stirling County and then Hillfoots after that. And we're just out here. This is a relatively new pitch that they've got here at Bannockburn, and we're going to try and find some people to talk to. And it looks like someone's playing with their digger over here. Let's go and have a chat, see what's going on.
How are we?
Hello, mate. What's your name and what do you do here?
Hello, mate. My name's Jimmy, and I'm the director of rugby here at Bannockburn Rugby Club.
Fantastic, and chief digger as well.
Chief digger.
So,
digging some floodlights.
So tell me about this little tour you got and what you're doing.
So basically, what we're doing is we over the last 2 years we've started creating ourselves a new pitch, as you can see out there. And one of the things that we were severely lacking was floodlights. As you know, Scotland, it's not always bright blue sunshine as we've got at the moment. So yeah, we're putting some floodlights in. We've been getting some grants, really working hard with our sponsorship. We're hoping to put 5 floodlights in over the next, well, hopefully this week, and we'll be able to hopefully floodlight most of the rugby pitch.
Fantastic. And was the motivation, was it so you could see at night time, or was it just so you could play in a digger?
But play on the digger.
Yeah.
Obviously, but no, obviously from the players' perspective, it's so they can train through the evening. So yeah. It's been a tough job. It's been a tough couple of days, let me tell you. But the guys and girls have really dug in, helped us get all this ready. So I think we'll be good for this week.
Cool. So who's helped you? How many people have been out here?
So the chief architect's probably been Kenny. He's been out here. He designed all the plinths and the top hats and how we're going to do this. But we've had the McGowan family en masse, which is a big part of the community. We've had the president out, Ian McEwen. We've had girls from the Valkyries, Christina, Eleanor. Who else we've had in? Helen. We've had lots and lots of people come down from around the club, yeah. and which is always the case with Bannockburn, right? You know, you put out the call to arms, guys and girls come along and help. So it helps keep the costs down, but it also gives us a sense of community. Even getting the kids down. When kids come down, we had the kids moving bits of wood up and down for us and stuff. So yeah,
fantastic. So the whole club.
Whole club, man.
Right, I'm going to ask you to jump off of there now. As much as I'm sure you don't want to, let's go for a little walk, and we'll go over here to this. There's stuff hiding in the bushes over here. I'll just show the people first, Jimmy, then tell me what we're looking at here. These big bits of metal over here. What we got?
So basically what it was, so like all rugby clubs, you know, we haven't got hundreds of thousands of pounds. So Dundee, I think, which you're going up to in a couple of days.
Yep.
They have updated their lights, so that'll be good something for you to see. And we were lucky enough, they gave them to us. So now we've got these 5 columns, which will go up on the 5 plinths that we've built. So that kept the costs, you know, super low for us.
Yeah, fantastic. Well done, Dundee, for sharing what you're not using. Good to see. And talking of sharing what you're not using, we're going to go into somewhere else now, which is this wonderful gym here. In we go. You go first, mate. I'll follow you in. Thank you.
So welcome to Bannockburn Gym.
Fantastic. So we'll just show the people around. Got loads of good gear in here. This will be a little sweat box in there, I reckon, when people get working. So tell me about this building, how you got the building first.
So basically what we found is, 2 years ago, we needed somewhere to go and train. So we spent time going to local gyms, which were all great, and we had some really good help. But what we wanted something on premises. So we raised some funds together with Active Stirling to buy this building, which essentially is an old clubhouse of a different local group. Rather than use it as a clubhouse, which we've got, and we'll see that later, we've managed to fill it full of equipment again, which was donated by Active Stirling. So this was old kit, which is getting up in the bin, still fit for purpose. It's still, you know, inspection grade, and the guys are in here all the time working out. Girls a little bit, they're starting to come on board, but a little bit less so, but it's certainly starting to build.
Yeah, the guys have got to do it for the Instagrams, haven't they? You know, as much as the
Anything
rugby.
for the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the kit looks fantastic. I mean, lots of this looks brand new. So,
especially the some of the stuff we have bought, but like the dumbbells. I mean, always brand new. So
yeah. And what are the guys like? Do they come in here together? Do they do like a big gym session?
Yeah, so
or they...
I think they're generally working in 2s and 3s. We have the odd individual in here, but generally, what I've seen is the guys coming down in pairs. Not off season, but certainly through the off season, there was a lot of the guys down here, a little bit on pre-season. But yeah, there's still people coming in and out. The big game changer for us is going to be, this is all run off a generator. So once we've sorted the power for the lights, we're also going to do a run in here, so it'll be mains powered. So it'll just be a case of in, turn it on, work out. So I think this will get a big uplift in usage over the next few weeks.
Yeah, and it's probably an underestimated thing in terms of club togetherness, having a gym, especially during the off season.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive, in that off season, let's say our season finishes in May in normal times, we don't start again properly till August. It's a big lump of time to be away. So having an opportunity to come to the club, whether it's a clubhouse or the gym, it gives something. If you want to go boozing, you can go boozing. If you want to come work out, you've got other options, so.
Or maybe work out and then go boozing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
Not the other way around. No. Okay, let's take a walk over to the clubhouse. Thank you. Okay, as we're going across there now, so tell me a little about the club in terms of how many teams you've got and what your kind of plans are for the future.
Okay, so essentially what we've started out is a 10-year plan. So a year ago, 2 years ago, there was just a single men's team, Bannockburn Rugby Club, or rugby team I suppose it was. What we've done over the last 2 years, we've created a women's team, which is called the Valkyries, which is going great guns, and that's purely ladies focused, so it's women from top to bottom. Coaches are women, and all the players are clearly women. We've also we've created our own S1 section. So we've got an S1 boys section, which is we've got 19 players away today, which is excellent for its first year. And we've also just started our S1 girls section because it's the first year that the genders diverge. So we've only got 4 in that section at the moment. They go out next week as part of the development process, so we're hoping that grows. And then we've also now got our own P section. Again, starting with small acorns. We had 8 at training this morning, but we're hoping to grow that, and we've got some good partnerships with the local school just over the road there, which we're starting to build those relationships and stuff. So from a one club team, we're now the men's team, the women's team, the S1 Met boys, S1 girls, P section, and we also do have a social team, the Beavers, which it's a team. They don't train. Yeah. They play every now and again.
Oh,
so,
good.
Yeah, but that's for the older boys,
Okay, good stuff. Well, let's pause on that for a second.
Yeah.
We'll just look at the pitch now, because you told me this has basically been reclaimed land, but you can't reclaim any more. So tell me why you can't reclaim any more over there.
Well, so as you can see into the background there, so the new rugby pitch, and then you see the lumps of dirt, which is where the floodlights going to go. That was all essentially dead ground, edge of a cricket pitch, and then dead ground. So what we've done over the last 3 years, 2-3 years, is reclaim and push back as far as we can. But as you can see in the woodland, that's a limit of exploitation, because what that is over there is, rumour has it, maybe not rumour, historic has it, it hasn't been proved, that's where Robert the Bruce and his soldiers camped the day before they went off to beat the English as they came up for the historical battle of Bannockburn in 1314.
Yeah. So what's it like being an Englishman in charge of Bannockburn Rugby Club, Jimmy?
It's great. I mean, it's a great place to be. I've coached for the last 10, 12, 15 years, I think, played rugby all my life. And actually coming to Bannockburn, it was super important for me. And it was super transitional. It was at a time in my life when I was transitioning out of the British Army, and having that camaraderie, the banter, obviously being the English guy in Bannockburn. But actually the sport of this club has been massive, and yeah, absolutely it's been the success of me getting out of the army, and the guys and the girls, the work they put in is absolutely the success of this place.
Yeah, fantastic. Now before we go inside and see some of the other bits and pieces, we'll carry on with the minis and juniors stuff. So what's your model there? Because a lot of clubs see like the minis almost as a revenue generating exercise as much as anything. But
so we've tried to do something different. So everything you see here, everything you're going to see is part of the 10-year plan. The end state being we've got a P4 all the way through to an adult player, both genders, hopefully. But what we've done is, rather than focus on getting the children to pay, we do P grades for free. The idea being, the model being, the adults pay for the children to play. So they can come, they can play. So our model throughout the whole of the ages is for the P grades play, for the S grades participate, and for the adults perform. So you play at P grade, if you don't pay, turn up, play, still get your kit, still get your boots, still all that sort of gear, the branding, which is important. For the S grades, you participate, so we look to grow numbers, look to grow the throughput, and then when you're an adult, that's when we really, you know, turn the screws and try and get the performance out of it. So it's that play, participate, perform model, and all funded from the adults sponsorship, funding the children as opposed to the other way around.
Fantastic. Talking about revenue, as we kind of were there, let's go and see this next
Come and have a look at the
next
food
part
hut.
of the club.
So this is the food hut, which was donated by one of our parents, Stuart. Great guy, really helped us out with the food hut, helps out around the club. He's one of the unsung heroes, if I'm honest. He's very, very quiet, very modest, but actually the work he does in the background is massive for us. And the food hut is something we've been sitting on for probably, it's before I turned up, so it's been here at least, you know, 5 to 7 years. And on game days, we have the guys in here. We have one of our main blokes, Rambo. That's a different story. Rambo, he does the food for us as well as playing. So we do it for the S grades. When they're here, we do it for festivals. And like you see, I mean, it's a great resource for chilies, hot dogs, burgers, all that sort of stuff.
Basic food that people
basic
love
food,
on a day,
you know, and especially now it's quite nice, but especially when the winter months start coming in, teas, coffees, all that sort of stuff. It's a great little revenue. And again, we take that money and we bring it into something else. So it's either floodlights, or we regenerate it, buy a new ISO container, regenerate it, do this stuff up. You know, so it's all about regenerating money back into the club to grow the club. So we get that 10-year plan, that P4 to adult.
Yeah, amazing. And this is a really fantastic space in here. I'll just try to show you here. There is loads of room in here, loads of great facilities. You've got the chest freezer over there in the corner. I think a lot of clubs would really die for something like this.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I came up here, I couldn't believe, you know, what the facilities here. The land is massive, you know. So previously I was down in England, in Coventry, you know, the teams run out of pubs. You don't have all this, and you know, to have your own food making facility, to have your own gym, to have the amount of ground we've got is, you know, it's a real resource. And then the people just make like the cherry on the top.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about the sponsorship, because I understand you do pretty well with that as well. How do your committee members go about getting all that sponsorship, and what are their secrets?
So what are their secrets? They're persistent, if nothing else. What we found was important is, you know, there's only so many revenue streams you can have. You can have sponsorship, membership, and then you've got ticket sales, equipment sales stuff. So we're not going to sell tickets for anything other than, you know, specific events. So, you know, we're not selling out tickets to come and watch the men's team play, for example. You know, no one's getting paid professionally, and, you know, we're not getting TV rights. Not yet. So we really have to focus on the sponsorship and the membership. Already spoke about the membership, you know, the men paying for the kids, or the adults paying for the kids, sorry. So really what we wanted to do is focus on that sponsorship. So the sponsorship committee came together. We picked out a few key people in the committee who would, you know, we know what they're like. They're tenacious. They'll get after people, and we just go out and we hit the local community. We always try and stay local with local businesses. We're working really hard to make sure that the value that the sponsors get out of us is important as well. So it's more than just a name on the strip. It's getting them into the Christmas function. It's getting them down for games. We've started introducing match day sponsors and stuff like that. So we're looking at various different models, different streams of how we can bring sponsorships in, but also, you know, make sure they feel valued as well. And that's part of again, going back to the community staff being not vocal, being seen in the local community, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, I think my sponsorship committee, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
The money they've brought in and the work they've done with all our local sponsorship, number 19 Barbers, Roberts, the building manufacturers, you know, all those different ones. It's brilliant. It's brilliant for what they bring in. Really good.
Fantastic. Now let's go and have a little look about where some of this sponsorship might be going in the future, because this is a lovely cosy clubhouse, and none more so than the changing rooms.
So I'm going to take you on an adventure.
Yeah.
So far we've been doing very well. So what you see here is, this is a lot better than it used to be. The walls are sort of coming down. So it's just been replastered. So you're going to have to hold your nose. Come through.
Fortunately, we don't have smell-o-vision yet, so we're all
through
good.
the men's toilet into the only set of showers we've got. Okay. So unfortunately, if you want a women's or kids team, you obviously it's not, you you know, it's not going to work.
It's not possible.
There's men's toilets there.
Yeah.
In addition, you know, when this was built in the 70s, it's a cricket club initially, so changing rooms, although the changing rooms, they're not really fit for purpose. They're too small. You can barely fit 22 players in here, especially not rugby players. So what is happening is with grants from the sports, local Club Sports Stirling, from the postcode lottery and from the SFA, we've managed to raise in the region of about 160,000. This is all going to get reconfigured, and then out there next to where the food hut is going to be some purpose-built changing rooms. So they're, you know, gender specific. They can take disabled children. So Milton Football Club do a lot with disabled. So it'll be much better. We won't have to throw the referees in, you know, the toilet to get changed. So we'll have better changing facilities, which will be massive for the club. All the work out there is great. Floodlights are great. Pitches are great. But if you can't, the women can't get changed, it's a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
You know, so we're super conscious that men's rugby is great. Obviously, love men's rugby, but the growth areas are really women's and children. So that's what we need to look at catering for as well, not just for the men, but for everyone. So the money going into the club, the money coming from the food hut, the money coming from the bar, sponsors, all going into building this place and getting a better and better facility for everyone in the local community, because it is a community club at the end of the day. Although it's rugby, football and cricket, the bar is run as a community section as well. We have dementia charity come in and use it. We have other charities that come and use it. So it really is a community commodity.
Yeah.
This place.
Yeah. Okay, good. Talking of the bar.
Let's go to the bar.
Let's go to the bar.
Back
Let's
to the toilet.
see some. Yeah, back through the shower curtains. Back through the toilet. Here we go. Oh, you'll be sad when this is all gone.
We used to walk through the toilet, haven't we? Like, nah, you did.
It's like an adventure.
So with the community side, so this is another amazing resource that we have. So here we've got the main bar. So the main hall holds about 90, I think. Small bar at the back. You know, again, I think you want to have a rugby club, great prices. You know, cheap beer. That's what you want. Run in partnership with a local businessman, James and Paul, who's the bar manager. And again, that's a relationship that's really starting to grow and really takes the pressure off the sports clubs, because they look after the bills, they look after the bar. We don't have to worry about ordering, you know, beer and all that sort of stuff. It's always there on tap, literally. So yeah, really good. And in addition, you know, we get to put all our memorabilia up. Unfortunately, it's come about time because the presidents and the captains boards down, but that's the way getting redone for the season. But to your point, you know, we've got my name is Doddy, so
Yeah, let's go and take a look quickly
Yeah.
first. I'll show the people first. So this is the first team strip, is it?
this is the men's first team, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Zoom in there if we can. Got the Doddy tartan on the sleeves, and my name's Doddy. So just tell me a little bit about that. Where we've got Doddy on there.
So every year we run, because I'm ex-military, we run a My Poppy run. So we run money for the Royal British Legion. What we decided to do in the first year of COVID, which I think was 2020, sort of lost 2-3 years of our lives, I think, through COVID, is we wanted to donate to My Name's Doddy. So we did the Doddy run. We took time on Strava, virtual running, and I think we raised £1,500 for My Name's Doddy. Also wore the tartan for the season, so this is the last season we'll wear it. The My Name's Doddy charity logo, just to raise money, raise awareness for MND, just like you said.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's been really good, and the guys really like that. It'll be a shame when it's gone, but you know, we understand not everything lasts forever. So, but I think that was a really good opportunity for the rugby community to come together as well, and in addition to the club and everything else.
Yeah, so this is Doddy Aid, isn't it? Which they do sort of January and February every
Correct,
year,
yeah.
I think. So look out for that, people. Get involved with Doddy Aid this year if you haven't done before. You don't have to do a lot. It doesn't really take a huge amount of effort. Just get involved with your club and do a little bit for Doddy Aid.
What else have I got? So we were super fortunate to be picked for Good Bad Rugby to host a podcast this year. So we had James Festival and the team. They come up in March this year. Is it this year? Yeah, March this year. God, that feels like a long time ago. So we put a big marquee up outside. I think we sold 180 tickets. We had all the talent coming down. They were running stuff with the minis. We had the Army in Scotland team come down. Mike Tyndall ran out for us, so we had Mike Tyndall playing for Bannockburn. He was getting smashed by some of the British Army guys, which was great. A really good day, raised a lot of money, and again, that money went into building the new pitch and new posts and stuff, which are really expensive new posts. We went into building that. So again, just back to that self-generating, you know. But we were super lucky to get that, and it was such a good day.
So tell me, how did you get it? Did you have to apply, or did they contact a few clubs?
No, it was through. So it was a Vodafone partnership with the Good Bad Rugby, and they were basically going to a club, a grassroots club in each location in Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Luckily for us, one of our guys that used to play for us moved away, worked for GB&R, we worked in the same company. He was like, "Oh, you're looking for a club, Bannockburn." So, you know, those connections, those relationships, those friendships you make, you know, and it's not all about getting something back from it, but it's, you know, he understood, even though he moved away 2 years before, he was like, definitely go to Bannockburn, they're doing good stuff there, you know, they're starting to grow, and it was super success. You know, we had the pipes and drums out, you know, we proper went
you went for it, yeah.
So it was a really good day, that was really good, and like I say, generated some great money, and, you know, raised the profile of the club, which is all we're trying to raise the profile, you know.
And what was it like? What was it like in terms of like the energy of the day? Did it bring a lot of people together and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. So out there we had the minis running in the morning. I think we had we opened that up to a lot, far few. So I think we had a couple of hundred children running around with Hask and Tyndall and the like. Then we had the men's game. We had the women's first. The Valkyries' first game was that.
Right.
I think that game. So that was excellent. And yeah, so the energy was amazing, and it just, you know, ran through all the day. We had some events here with Vodafone, some small game stuff. That then rolled into the live recording of the podcast, which was, you know, everyone had been in the sun all day, then they started drinking. So you can imagine how that sort of went. And it rolled on till, you know, into the wee hours. And like I said, the energy from, I think I can't remember what time it started, like 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, all the way through, was amazing. You know, really good energy. Lots of smiles, great feedback. In fact, yeah, we had a little function in here as well, some little specific, like, bit of social media, how to run the committee. So yeah, we certainly learned a lot. The GBR guys seemed to love it, and all the guys and girls that came in for the event really seemed to enjoy the day. So yeah, that was a big tick for us. And I talked about the 10-year plan earlier. That really for us was a springboard to the 10-year plan, and that's what launched us into Valkyries. Really, you know, put their mark down. Juniors are starting to put their mark down. Men are putting their mark down. Things are starting to happen out there. So yeah, the flywheel's moving. Yeah. And now it's just a case of keep getting it going, and it will just run itself. Yeah, get the speed up. Good stuff. Right, we'll call this to an end. Is there anything else you want to say about the club or anything else before we finish this one up? No, you know, if you're in the Bannockburn area, obviously come down and play, whether you're P grade, S grade, boy, girl, don't care who you are, come on down. You know, for P grades, like we was talking about earlier, completely free. You know, we fund that for free. Adults will always look for people. It's a great club. Super community focused. It's social. You know, we're not looking to set the world on fire, but we're just looking for everyone, a place for everyone to be the best version of themselves, mentally and physically. So yeah, come on down. Great work what you're doing, mate. Really, you know, just amazing work. Thanks, Jimmy. What a positive message. I'll finish this one up now and I'll come and chat to you in a second. Okay. That is Bannockburn RFC down here. I wonder if I can open this one. Yeah, here we go. I always like to go outside to finish these off for some reason. But what a positive message that is. Fair play, Jimmy. Like, I think you've got a real good thing going here and making huge improvements. And I'm going to show you as well if you can. Look at the view. Look at the view over here. Unbelievable. So yeah, that's Bannockburn RFC, looking to grow and move forward as best they can as a community club. Fantastic stuff. I am now got another 10 miles or so to run today. I'm off to Stirling County next, and then Hillforts after that. My brain hasn't quite stopped working yet. I'm still functioning. So if you can, as we mentioned before, every time, it's for the My Name's Doddy Foundation, trying to get a world free of MND. If you can donate, please do. If you can't donate, then please just share this content to help get the message out there a little bit wider. And somebody may say you can donate, or just put more pressure on politicians and the people who make decisions around funding. So thank you very much. I will see you down the road. Maybe not again today, maybe it'll be Tuesday, but we'll see. Okay, cheers, bye.